All right, welcome back to season 4 of our show, and today it's chicken. We're grilling up some chicken with 6 basic ingredients, all fresh. Let's show you how to get it done. All right, so right here we have some chicken breast, very large chicken breast, and we're using these today outside on the grill. So we got some veggies here, some cilantro, jalapeno, garlic, lime, yellow onion, a little feta cheese, corn on the cob, and some black beans. Now I boiled these black beans early because I didn't want to waste time boiling up a bunch of black beans, so I always boil my black beans ahead of time. If you don't boil them, you could use canned, but always try to use fresh. Let's slide these to the side. The first thing we're going to do is start working on our beans. Now the funny part is, I went into my refrigerator and I took out a bunch of things that I basically need to use up. I had a couple of pieces of corn, need to use those up. I got some cilantro here on its way out, so I wanted to use my cilantro. If you want to save your cilantro, put it in a little jar, put a little water in here, and it'll stay in your refrigerator a very long time, probably about a week and a half. If you put it in your drawer, even with these bags that save the food, you might get a week out of it. But like this, just put it in the top shelf or a part that's not too cool in your fridge. Leave it uncovered and it'll last a while. Let's bring in our bowl. First thing I'm going to do is work on my salad. So I'll get my beans in, off to the side. I try to do all the seasoning last. I touch the chicken last. So we're just going to get our corn in here. And right off the husk we go. Now you always want to do this fresh, and if you have any corn laying around the house, it's just a great way to use up the corn. That fast, that easy, it's off. And I just kind of feel my way out. Now since I got 2 to use up, I'm just going to put all 2 in. Now it's summertime and it's hot outside. We're looking at 96 degrees today. And it's getting hotter every day. I'm trying to make things that are fast, simple, quick, and easy. And to me, chicken's always a great go-to. I remember back in the days, before there was major air conditioner, we didn't have any in the house, and we grew up with no AC in the house. Back in those days, you had to have money to have an air-conditioned house. And my mom would always make things not to heat up the house. And dishes like this were one of them. So we had beans, we had corn from the garden, and we would just make it up as we go along. All right, so now that we got those in there, we're gonna roll out a lime. Always want to put a little acidity in there. And this lime has been sitting out in the sun, so if you guys want to get more juice out of your limes and you want to yield more juice, just leave them out in the sun. It's 95 degrees today, like I said, 95, 96. Believe me, you'll get all the juice out of your limes in those temperatures. All right, so we got our lime in. Now I'm going to put a little onion in. Just a little bit. Again, just feel it out, make it yours. Nothing's exact. As a matter of fact, when I pulled all this stuff out of my refrigerator, I had no idea what I was showing you guys how to make today. I pulled out the chicken, I pulled out all this, and I said, well, I'll think of something as we go along. And we're doing it. We're making it up as we go along. Nothing scripted. I don't have a test kitchen, and I just honestly make up the recipes as we go along, and I show you guys how to do it. So to me, that's what cooking is all about. It's not sitting there making up recipes. You kind of make it as you go along. As you get good over time, a lot of stuff you'll fail at. But most of it, 99.9% of it, with experience in cooking and doing it, and not following anything, you'll kind of know what's what. You know, when I was a kid, nobody taught me how to drive a car. I used to wash cars And I taught myself. And they'd ask me, hey kid, you know how to drive? I'd say, yeah. And I'd figure it out. And the first car I ever crashed was a taxi cab that I washed working for a taxi company up the block from me. All right, we're gonna get a little garlic in there. And they were nice enough not to say anything to my parents because that was gonna be big back in those days. All right, here's our garlic. And that's that. Gonna give it a little mix. I'm just gonna take a couple of pieces of cilantro, break it off. Now with cilantro, the branches are so delicate that you can even get those in there too. So you don't really have to worry about that. Just get them in there. Let's give that a little mix. And with the cilantro, you don't need much, just a little bit. I'm gonna get just a little bit more in there. And like I said, make it yours, feel it out as you go along. I'm not gonna salt this, because I'm not gonna put any salt in the salad, because I don't feel it needs it. I might put a splash of vinegar right before serving in there, and that's it. All right, so we're gonna give that a stir, and now we're gonna bring our bowl in. Into the bowl we go. And look how vibrant that looks. Pretty. Now, if you're gonna put this in the fridge like I am, if you put something like olive oil in here, it's gonna harden up on you because the oil is gonna stiffen up because it's in the fridge. So if you wanna sprinkle anything like that on here, do it afterwards. Gonna put a little bit of cilantro on the top there, just like that. And then we're gonna go in a little feta cheese. Just gonna break it off with my hands and put this in. And look how amazing that looks. That is a gorgeous dish. Just put it around the plate and judge it out. Now we're only serving 3 people tonight, so it's about as much of this as I want. I'm just gonna put it around the bowl and off to the side. And when we stir it up, we'll mix in the rest of it, and there you go. All right, and then just a couple of pieces of cilantro on top of that white, just to give it that punch. All right, we got one dish down that's going in the fridge. We're gonna put this in the fridge and we're gonna meet you guys right back here, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so our salad's done. We're playing process of elimination here. So the salad's out of the way, we got that done, and we know we have our rice to do, and we're making a cilantro and lime rice to go along with this chicken. So let's make a marinade for the chicken. I got some cilantro here, so we're gonna put a little in the grinder. So I'm gonna chop up some jalapeno, use as much or as little as you guys like. I got fresh garlic here, so we're just gonna put all the garlic. I'm just gonna crush it to get maximum flavor out of it. And in we go. You always wanna get maximum flavor out of your garlic. So always crush it first and then put it into the processor. If you don't wanna crush it, it's okay. If you wanna use a lighter flavor in there, just go lighter on the ingredients. So we got that. Our onion, just a couple of pieces of onion in there. We don't need too much, maybe a little bit more. And then we got a lime. Again, we left these in the sun, so they're gonna yield maximum juice out of them. So there's maximum lime juice right there. Again, just leave them in the sun. If you don't want to put them in the sun or on a cold day, drop them in the microwave for about 10 seconds. All right, we're gonna go in with just a little bit of olive oil. And let's give that a little mix. That's it. All right, so we're done with that. That's our sauce mixture right there. And we're gonna get cleaned up and we're gonna move on to the chicken, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, we got our marinade done and all we have is just the rice to make, and it's just me and this chicken. So the first thing we're gonna do is get this chicken cut up, or get this chicken cleaned up. So we're gonna just clean this chicken up, slice off some edges. Now I got a glove on here because I'm gonna put my hands in some very hot things in just a second. So I got this glove on for that. Because when you're using jalapenos, you want to make sure you got a glove on. All right, so here's our chicken breast. Just clean them up. And then what I'll do, after they're nice and clean, I'm just gonna put a couple of slits in them. I'm gonna come down here. Just so we get that marinade inside, so that's what they should look like. And into the bowl they go. Again, just cleaning up. Look around. I always like to get this breastplate part right here out of here, because usually you'll get some bone fragment right next to where it was detached from the breastplate. So I hold that little part up and I just get it out of there. It's got a little gristle in there. That's about it. Any chicken left over, just put it in a stock bag, and you can always make a nice chicken stock out of that, which I do all the time, because nothing in my house goes to waste. Put your slits in, and right into the basket she goes. Takes no time to do this, and this is just a nice, easy summertime meal with no hassle and no bones. So for you guys that don't like to fuss with bones, this is a great way to go about a nice summer grilled evening. Put the slits in, right into the basket. That's it. Now the salt, we can control that. Use your own, make it yours. And with this one, we're using the ingredients that you just saw. I'm just gonna flip this over, hit that. We're gonna use the ingredients that you just saw me make in this mixer right here. All right, here we go. Give it a couple of slices in here, and into the basket she goes. Slide this down. A little salt. I always salt pre-hand, because you can just control the amount of salt that you have on here. So you can look at them. If you mix all this stuff in with them, you're not going to really see what you're salting, because it's very hard to see through all the marinade what kind of salt you're using in there. This is Diamond Crystal. It's a low sodium salt, so that's what I use. Most salts are double the amount of sodium. All right, so we're gonna go in with our mixture, all of it. And we're just gonna mix it in, just like that. I'm gonna set this out for about an hour. That's about it. You won't need to go too crazy on this, room temperature, and just let it roll at room temperature. And those little slits in between there, it'll just get down in between those slits. And that's what you're looking for, just to get it nice and marinated up, just like that. All right, we're gonna get organized, and then I'm gonna meet you out onto the grill and finish this up, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, so we got our grill fired up. About another 5 minutes, we'll put that chicken on, and it's time for rice. Let's show you how to get that done. So right here we have some rice. I got about 3 cups of rice here. This is basmati rice, by the way. going to roll out a lime and just chop it. Put it in squares like that. I'm just going to drop it right into the rice. If you guys never had lime rice, lime cilantro rice, you're in for a treat. All right, so here's our onion. Just gonna get a couple of pieces of onion in here. Right into the batch. Now I happen to like a lot of onion, so I'm gonna go a little bit more. Normally you wouldn't use this much onion, but I love rice and onion. So she's going in. All right, our cilantro is gonna go last, but we're just gonna show you how to get this done. I'm just gonna unwrap this. The nice thing about cilantro is that outside the big stalk here, you can just take them and get all the big stalks off. And slide this over, or water off to the side. By the way, these were the chicken scraps that I used for the chicken. I made some nice little treats for my dogs there, because they were bugging me about those, so I had to do it for them. Boiled up some chicken, a little turmeric in there, and just a touch of salt. And that's it. It's a delicacy for them. They love it. So here's our cilantro. I get the big stems out. Just like that. And the nice thing about cilantro, like these stems are so delicate that even if you get a few of these stems in here, it doesn't really make a difference because they just cook down beautifully in the dish. So it doesn't really make a difference. So I get all the big stems out, and the little stems like that, especially with rice, I'll just leave right in. So I'll cut it like that. And I'll cook some down in the rice beforehand, and I'll put some in afterwards. So here's just a little fresh cilantro going in now. I add a little salt and just enough water to cover the rice. Little olive oil, and that's it. All right, onto the stove we go, and then outside on the grill we go. So stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, we got our rice on. Some of that water is just going to evaporate out. That's going to be about it. We're going to slow it down, put the lid on, and it's over. Don't go anywhere. All right, we got a nice, low, easy fire. I'm just going to go around this. Now, a lot of people think they need these coals jumping hot to put something on, but the truth is you don't. You just put the smaller ends away from the fire, because it's going to get hot on you, and then you can't stop it. So if you want a nice easy cook, don't start with the coals ripping hot. All right, that's it. We're going to close up. We're just going to pretty much leave these, and I think we're going to go for about 6 minutes aside. That's about it, maybe less than that. Meet you right back here. Don't go anywhere. All right, 5 minutes in. I think I'm going to flip these. I'm going to take them and go directly over the fire this time with them. Just go over. Just roll them over. But you see how gentle these are cooking? That's what you want. If you have that fire raging hot, it's not going to work out too good, especially on thick breasts like this. You'll just burn everything up. I'm just going to move my thicker parts in over that flame. There you go. And get the lid back on. Another 3 minutes, we'll flip it back over again, get some color on that side, and we'll see where we're at from there. Don't go anywhere. Time to roll these back over. Now, if you start to see that clear juice running, you know you're getting close. So I'm just going to roll these back over to the other side. Now on the last flip, if I'm using the same spatula, I'm going to change it. Just in case those chickens weren't done. I'll just move this over. Just in case those chickens weren't done completely, I got a nice clean spatula. This way I don't have to worry about any kind of salmonella. Now this one here, I'm going to roll it back over again because I'm not happy with that side. I'm going to keep it directly in the fire. And these guys right here, I just kind of get to the outside. Same with this one. I got good color on it. Get it to the outside. Let it cook indirect. There we go. That's what I get for not using a tong. I just wanted to get under this chicken nice and easy. Just like that. So just get it over. I'm going to get this one directly in the middle. Get it cooked up a little bit. And just check it. I think I got enough char on there. I'm going to get it back over and get it out of the fire. Just put it right here. Another roll cooking indirect. All right, I'm going to close up completely. Give them about 2 minutes, and then we're going to pull them. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. Time to pull these. Look at those guys. Beautiful. They're done. You can tell by all that water that's coming out of them. And they're just done nice and easy. And that's what you're looking for. So let's plate up. And you can see the white juice coming out as well too. So if you see a little white juice coming out of there, you definitely know they're done. Look at that. Very nice. Meet you inside. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Alright, here we are. Season 4's chopping block. Grilled chicken with all fresh ingredients. Let's show you what we got. Look at that. Beautiful. And it's still piping hot too. So let's get into this. So first thing we'll do is just put this off to the side. Now, if you look at all that juice in that plate there, you can see all that juice running. Now, if you bring your chicken in and you don't see any of that juice, you definitely know that it's going to be dry. So let that rest for about 10 minutes before you go whack it into that. And you know you got yourself a good meal. All right, check out this rice over here. Look at that, beautiful. So we're going to plate up some of this rice. This is how you want it. I finished this off on the top with just a little bit of fresh cilantro on the top. I left the limes right in there, so I'm going to put a couple of those limes onto the plate, or just one lime in there. It got all the flavor out of it already. So there it is. I'm going to bring this back over. We're just going to organize this plate a little bit. And what we'll do from here is just we're going to get a nice piece of chicken onto the plate. And I think we'll go with this one right here. Center mass, right in the middle. So let's get him in here. And now this is a really fun way of plating this up. So you have your chicken, you got your rice. Now I'm going to take these beautiful veggies over here, these beans, this bean salad. And we're just going to go right over the top of that chicken. Just like that. And just let it all fall down into the plate. So you're kind of smothering that chicken a little bit in there. And knock some of these beans off of here so you can actually see some chicken. And this is just a fun way to plate up and get the beans on the side. And just knock some of that off so you know the chicken's in there. Just keep a little bit on top. Just like that. I'm going to put some more feta on the top of here. And to really make things look gorgeous, we're going to put a couple of those limes on the plate too. We got some lime. Put a couple of these here. I got some red onion. And you can kind of just break them up and just kind of lay them in there with the chicken. Just like that. Just make it look pretty. I'm going to rip up a little bit of the cilantro. Add just a little bit more to the rice. Just like that. And we got a little fresh pesto here. This is a pesto we made in one of our videos. We'll leave a link in the description to this. It was our last video, but by the time this plays for a couple of days, it won't be the last one. So let's just put that right in the middle there. And with that on the top, I'm going to go with just a little feta on the top of that, just to make that look pretty and stand out. And there it is. All right, plate's looking fabulous. Look at that. I'm going to spin that around. And let's get into that. Let's get a bite of this. Let me get some chicken. And that chicken's cooked perfectly. A little feta on there. A little bit of the pesto on there. Here we go. Spectacular. I mean, that's just fresh, vibrant, full of flavor. Really packs a punch. Light, easy summertime meal. The rice is beautiful with it. Just a fantastic meal. I hope you guys give this one a shot. All right, we're gonna get situated. Meet you guys right back here again, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, and there it is. A beautiful grilled chicken with 100% fresh ingredients. You guys gotta try that. The jalapenos, the garlic, the onion, the lime. Unbeatable. We top that with some beautiful rice, with cilantro and lime as well, and a beautiful bean salad. Hope you guys enjoy. We thank you guys. We enjoyed you guys coming. And if you like this video and more videos about to come, give a like, hit that bell. This way you get all those videos first. Again, as always, thank you. We enjoyed having you. Got to get that little Pitmaster taste there.